Hi all, let us learn today about network analysis, rather problems on network analysis. Assuming that you all know the basics, what is a network, what are activities, what is an event, what is the start, end of an event, and the rules that are followed when we are constructing the network, you should not have a cross line, you should not have any self loops, all these conditions hope you know, and numbering of the network events, that is Fulkerson's algorithm. And based on all this, we actually you would have learned already how to construct the networks when the activities and the precedence relationships are given. Like in terms of node names A, B, C, D, they would have given, and that is the basic network constructions that you do. An extension or an actual problem of the network analysis of the two basic problems that we have to understand. One is called as the CPM and other is called as the PERT. That is critical path method and project evaluation and review technique. So this is the basic concept which is being solved in a network, right, using the concept of all the basic rules of network analysis. So before even I start with CPM or PERT, we need to know some things like, we have something called as forward pass. Okay, we have an algorithm or the steps that we follow in forward pass. We have something called as the backward pass. We need to know, and whenever there is a project, because all this is real-time application to your projects, whenever you are performing a project in any company or maybe in your college or whatever, so wherever you are applying any task, any project that you are completing, you are supposed to follow certain rules, right? Based on the rules, you still have some options, like you can start your project. So I call it as early start. So you started on date that is given to you, and you try to finish your project also at the earliest time. Same thing can happen where I can start my project, that is called as the latest start, and still I can finish the project at earliest finish, or I start my project late and I can also finish at the last time given. So we have some concepts called as earliest start, earliest finish, latest start, latest finish. So by knowing ES, EF, LS, LF, these are all the basics that is given. We follow the algorithms called as the forward pass and backward pass. So what exactly happens in forward pass? With an example also I would explain what that is. So during forward pass, we go from left hand side to right hand side, and every time we move on from one event to the other event, we keep adding the weights on the actual activity diagram. And this is always represented using a square or a rectangle. So we just pass on from left side to right side, keep adding the values on the network. And backward pass is that we come from right side to left side, where we are coming back, we are adding in forward pass, but we are subtracting when we are coming from using the backward pass. That is from right hand side to left hand side we move, and we always represent the values inside a triangle. So for every event that we have, we actually build the property of finding the forward pass and backward pass. So every time we go from left to right, we fill this, and every time we come from right side to left side, we use the triangle. So forward pass is addition and backward pass is always subtraction. So with this basics, I would start the actual problem. Before even I tell that it is a critical path method, we actually learn how to construct the network and actually build the house. That means to say calculate the forward pass and backward pass. So with few examples, I'll tell you the forward pass and backward pass concept, and then underline the critical path method issue. The first example where I would be actually drawing the network, and after the construction we write the weights on the actual path, and then try to calculate the earliest start, earliest finish, latest start and latest finish of the project. And once by doing this, we also can actually find the critical path for the exact problem. So take the question says that, compute the earliest start, earliest finish, latest start, latest finish of the activity that is being given, right? So we can notice here that we have two rows given. One is called as the activity. This is just a directional drawing that is to be constructed. So the path is very clearly given: 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 2 to 5, 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. And once we make the activity, we have the duration. These are nothing but the weights, right? Based on the line drawing or the network that we do, on every edge or any row that we write, we are supposed to actually write the weights on it. And by calculating the sum of these, we use the forward pass and backward pass concept to calculate the actual drawing. So this is the first question. And now I would just try making the drawing here since the space is not enough. I keep the question so that we can actually see how do we trace it. So I make a rough sketch first just to show you the network drawing, and then actually calculate the weights little later. So now we can see the first point is 1 to 2. So we start with the activity called 1, and 1 is directing towards 2. Then we have 1 to 3. So here again we have 1 to 3. Now we have 2 to 4. So we can see that from 2 we have to have a link to 4. So it is 2 to 4. And we have 2 to 5 also. So we have to have one more path. One is going from 2 to 4. The other is going from 2 to 5. You also notice that there is a path from 3 to 4. So you should be little careful when you are actually making the path or the network drawing. So we could see that there is a line from 2 to 4 we have written. Then there is a line also from 2 to 5. So now we have from 3 to 4. So 3 to 4 is also one direction. And at last we have from 4 to 5. So it is a directed graph, or the arrow is clearly telling that you are supposed to move from one point to the other point. So I repeat, 1 to 2. So we have a drawing from 1 to 2. Then 1 to 3. We have the drawing from 1 to 3. Then 2 to 4 we have. Again from 2 to 5 we have. Then we have 3 to 4. And at last 4 to 5. So according to the rules of network, we have one starting point and one ending point with us. So clearly it is a proper network drawing that is based on the actual question. So once we make the actual path or the drawing, we are supposed to actually rate the weights on each path. So 1 to 2, the value given is 8. 1 to 3, the value given is 4. 2 to 4, we have it as 10. Then we have 2 to 5, which is 2 here. And 3 to 4 is 5. And 4 to 5, the value is 3. So this is the basic drawing. So I would make it again clearly and then start with the actual construction of forward pass and backward pass. I have just repeated the network drawing again. Now after we write the or construct the network, the next part is to calculate the earliest start, earliest finish, latest start, latest finish. So for easiness, I would always tell that, you know, for every circle we try to build a house. That means we actually find out the rectangle and the triangle values. So for every circle, try to build a house. So this is the first basic thing that you need to understand. And by filling these, we end up calculating the forward pass and the backward pass, or the latest time and the latest start, latest finish time. So initially we have just written the empty boxes just to start with. We assume the first point and the last point. So we assume that the first point, we initialize it to be a value as 0 since it doesn't have any preceding activity. So it starts from here. So assume this has to be the 0. Now what do? Keep adding the weights on the line and write in the next rectangle. That means to say we are following the rule of forward pass. From left to right we move, and when we are moving from left to right, we keep adding. And one thing we have to notice is at every point check for the highest value. So when we go from left to right, it is called as forward pass, and we always add from left to right and we reach at the highest value. And whenever we are having different paths, try to find the highest value or the highest point and then construct. So now let us start. We have 0 plus 8, so this gets 8, and immediately we have 8 plus 2 as 10. So just write aside, but we will not fill it since, see, you have to exhaust all the paths to reach the point called as 5. So since this is one of the root and you have the value as 10, we are supposed to pick the highest value. So we will not fill it right now. Now again, 0 plus 4 is 4. Now again, 4 plus 5 gives us 9. So again, we will not fill it since you can see that to reach this junction called 4, I can either come from this route or we can come from 1 to 3 and 3 to 4. So we have to exhaust both the ways, and whichever gives the highest value, we are supposed to fill it with that. So now we have 0 plus 4 as 4, 4 plus 5, 9, but we have not filled. Now I'll come back again. 0 plus 8 is 8. And from this point, I can still come to 4. So 8 plus 10 becomes 18. Compared to 9 and 18, 18 is bigger. When we go from left to right, we always calculate the highest value. So it becomes 18. Now, so we have exhausted the road from 0, that is 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 1 to 3 and 3 to 4. Now we have achieved the highest value. To reach 5, we have two options now. One is called from 1 to 2, 2 to 5. We saw that it is giving you 10. Now the other route is that either this way or this way, wherever we got the highest. And now 18 plus 3 gives us 21. Now we can see compared to 10, 21 is biggest. So always try to write the highest value. So how do we start? We start from a 0 value. 0 plus 8 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. We will not reach because we have to exhaust the other roots also. So now we see here that 8 plus 10 is 18. Now here 4 plus 5 is 9. So 18 was highest we have written, and 18 plus 3 becomes 21. This is called as the forward pass algorithm, going from left to right, filling all the rectangles, and we always choose the highest value. Now we do the same thing but in a reverse order. We start from right and come back to the left. That is called as actually the backward pass. When we are computing the backward pass, the values are filled inside the triangles and we always choose the least value. So we go from left to right with highest value, but we come back from right to left with the least value. And one more thing that we have to imagine is we started with the initial value called 0 here, but at the ending when we have 10, 21 is the highest, and we repeat back the ending value. This is just the mirror image. We start with the initial value. So our final value of forward pass itself is our initial value at the backward pass. So we have 21 as the value and we repeat back that. And now we again come back by doing the subtraction value. And whenever we are coming back, we are supposed to choose the least. So now 21 minus 3 gives me 18. Perfect. 21 minus 2 gives me the value as 19, but I will not write since I can also come back in this route. And whenever we are coming back, we are supposed to choose the least value. So 21 minus 3 gives me 18. 18 minus 10 gives me 8. So compared to 19 and 8, the least value is 8. So always while coming back, we subtract and choose the least value. 21 minus 3 is 18. 18 minus 10, because this is also a path, gives me 8. I would write it here. Now again come back here. 18 minus 5 gives me 13. And you can notice that 13 minus 4 is never a 0. So there is always a path which gets back the 0 to us. So 18 minus 5 is 13. 13 minus 4 is not 0. There's one more root. I already found it as 18. 18 minus 10 gives me 8. But we can see that 8 minus 8 gives us a 0. Because among the value called as 9 and 0, the least is 0. So when you are tracing back from left to right, find the highest, repeat the highest. When we are coming back, we subtract and always choose the least for the triangle. So 21 minus 3 is 18. 18 minus 5 is 13. 18 minus 10 gives us 8. 8 minus 8 gives us 0. So this actually completes constructing the house, that is finding using the forward pass and backward pass concept. And this actually gives you the latest start, latest finish, earliest start and earliest finish of a project, which is again represented through a table. I would be explaining the same thing with the help of a table where we construct the LS, ES, LF and EF. So now once we have finished the construction of network, we can actually see that there are some places where our rectangle and triangle values are same. Now you can notice here 0, 0, they are matching. You have 8 and 8, they are matching. 18 and 18, yes, it is the same. 21 and 21, it is the same. So on the network activity drawing, if you have all the critical activities in the same line, then that becomes the critical path. Here I mean to say that if our LS, EF, after calculating all the values, if the rectangle and triangle values are matching, that forms the actual critical path, and we always denote it with a double line. So now we can see that the road from 1 to 2 is having a matching value. Similarly, the route from 2 to 4 is also having a similar value, and we reach from 4 to 5 as the again highest value called as 21. So we always have to notice that wherever the rectangle and triangle is matching, that forms the actual critical path. So it is always represented with a double line so that it is indicated easily. So the path from 1 to 2, 2 to 4 and 4 to 5 gives us the critical path. So basically the critical path is given by, you are supposed to represent the actual route or the path. So we have from 1 to 2 and from 2 to 4 and from 4 to 5 we actually have the path. This is called the critical path. And how do we calculate the value for it? Is the weights on the route. So 1 to 2 we can see we have the weight as 8. Now 2 to 4 we can see the weight is 10, and from 4 to 5 we can see the weight is 3. This again gives us 21 days. Remember, in the question, the duration was given as the days. It depends whether it is weeks or days, whatever it is given. So we can see that the value is 21. You also notice that the highest value, once we computed, the highest value we got was 21. That itself is your critical path value. So this is the basic. First construct the network, then write the weights on it, calculate the rectangle and triangle for every circle. Once we finish that, we find the critical path. This just gives us the critical path, but we are supposed to represent the early start, early finish, latest start and latest finish through a table, and that completes the actual question. So I would make the table after this. I have again made the drawing smaller because I had to fill the table. Space is small, so I've just somehow managed it. Now we can see that we have the activity drawing that is given to us. So activity and normal duration is what is given to us. We now calculate the earliest and the latest, start and finish time. So always the earliest, you remember that it is represented using a rectangle, and the latest is always filled within the triangle. Earliest is always calculated from left to right using forward pass, and we keep adding and we always choose the highest. And latest is always with the triangle. We come back from right hand side to the left hand side by subtracting, and every time considering the least value. This we have already finished, so we are supposed to fill the table. And how do we do that? Since the activity is given to us and the normal time is also given to us, we are supposed to start with earliest values. It has two partitions, that is called start and finish. Now we can see that the activity is given from 1 to 2. So that means it is represented as I and J, which is the starting of the event and ending of the event. So whenever I say start and finish, we mean to represent the value as I, and here it is J. Okay, ith event and the jth event. That is the clarity that you should have. Similarly, for latest also we have a start and finish event that actually is represented using the ith and jth value. So that is I and J that we can represent here. Now how do we fill the table? Earliest, we always consider all the rectangles that we have. So I start with the I, that is the start value. We can see here at 1. At 1 the start value is 0. So fill the table as 0. Right? That is your first value. Similarly, again the start value is 1 only. So again I get 0. Now at 2, right? I value is 2. At 2, my starting value is now 8. So your earliest start value is 8. At 2 again, so I repeat back, 8 only. Now we have the point from 3 to 4. Look at the path from 3 to 4. At 3, the starting value was 4. So this becomes your value as 4. Now 4 to 5. Look at the path from 4 to 5. At 4, my start value. It is the ith event that we are seeing. At 4, the starting value is 18. Right? Now, the same path, but we consider the jth activities. So 1 to 2, when you reach the destination called 2, that is your finish time. So according to me, the j values are given here. So j is 2 here. At 2, my finish value is 8. So write the value as 8. Right? Now at 1 to 3, at 3, the finish value is 4. So write it as 4. Now at 4, at junction 4, the value is 18. These are the finishing points. So you should not get confused. Now finishing point here is 5. At 5, the value is 21. Again, you have from 3 to 4. So 3 to 4, the finishing value is 18. So represent it as 18. Again, we have a path from 4 to 5. I am interested only in the jth value. So the j value here is, the point here is 5. So at the junction 5, the value is 21. This completes your earliest start and earliest finish. So how do we actually do the latest start finish? Same, follow the same logic. I values and the j values are given to us. At that junction, whatever is the triangle values, we are supposed to actually fill it. So I would start from latest start. Start, the first value is called 1. At 1, my triangle value is 0. So fill the triangle value as 0. Next again it is 1. So obviously repeat back, it is 0. Now we have 2. At 2, my triangle is 8. So the value is 8. Again I have the starting point is 2. So obviously this also becomes 8. Next we have 3 to 4. So my interest is only in the ith value. At 3. At point 3, the actual triangle value is 13. So write it as 13. 4 to 5. At 4, My triangle value is 18. Now consider the same triangles, but we are interested in the finishing values, that is the jth value. So when I say finish, we are interested in I to j activity, the jth value. So I repeat, it starts from 2. At 2, my triangle is 8. So write the value as 8. Okay. Similarly, at 3, it is 13. At 4 it is 18. Now at 5, the finishing value, it is the repeated value, so it is the highest, that is 21. Now at 4 again, we have the triangle as 18, and at 5 again, we have the triangle as 21. So this completes the actual question, which says to draw the network, then calculate the earliest start, earliest finish, latest start, latest finish. By constructing the network and building the house, that means calculating forward pass and backward pass, we would have actually got the values, but we are supposed to represent the same using the table format, since we also have to find the critical path also, and also calculate the total float and free float further. So this is the basic question where exactly the network is drawn and the critical path is found, and the critical path gives you the highest value that we can know that, but that will be the minimum time that is required to complete the actual problem. And once we do that, we calculate the earliest start and latest start, or earliest finish, latest finish, whatever. So this completes the actual question.